I'm Sarah from The Upcoming. A real pleasure to have you here with us in beautiful Marrakech. Maybe we can begin with last night. How did you experience David Cronenberg's tribute, and what really makes him stand out as a filmmaker? What was it like to share a room with him?
David is a kind of very special person for me. I I would say, grew up with his films, Fly, Videodrome, Naked Lunch, and other Crash, and so it's like it's artist and one of the magician of the le cinéma d'auteur. In French, it's like people who create the language of the cinema, or who create the new meanings, who create the new, let's say, tension in the international filmmaking. It's very important. I understand that his kind of latest film is about something very personal. I appreciate it, and so it's interesting. He's a grown-up boy, but he's still working, and I love this. I love it a lot, and I absolutely happy that I had a chance to touch him by person, yeah.
And obviously, you're going to be delivering a masterclass here. Have you got in mind things that you would like to impart to, the young cinephile audience here in Marrakech? Are there other filmmakers that you're perhaps going to be referencing? What kind of things would you like to touch on?
I have no idea, but it's a complex question. But look, it's a nice place, and the people who are fans of the cinema and come to the festival, they're looking for some connection to sharing the experience, probably to answers for some questions they have, or to be part of this vibes or mood of this global cinema, because cinema is really art which kind of makes the people united. It's very rare today because a lot of things separating the nation, the people everywhere, and only cinema put them together in a way, and it's crucially important. The language of cinema, the language of this art, is clear and understandable for all nations. And here in Marrakech, in New York, in Paris, in Europe, everywhere, in Argentina, everywhere, the people have the same feeling when the light in the cinema goes down. And in this darkness, in this magic light, magic ray, all the shadows on the sheet, on the screen, are producing or giving the same emotions and same kind of anticipation of some miracle.
And coming to your latest film, what attracted you to telling the story of Edward Limonov, founder of the Bolshevik Party, this kind of punk anarchist, and particularly, why was Ben Whishaw the right person to embody that character?
Yeah. First of all, it was my kind of pleasure. It's not right word even. It's something more than pleasure to work with Ben, because it's absolutely a unique person and one of the best in the industry in general and in the world. I don't know. I can say all best words about him. And second, it was a kind of my first film in English, so it was quite important for me to find my way into international language, in film language in general. And another thing, it's a crazy and controversial project started before the war. And with the war, we had to continue with a pause of half a year in between the two periods of the shooting, and it was quite tough and complicated. And the war gave quite a new light on this film and changed a lot. But anyway, it's a story which probably give the people idea about this Russian joker and about what happening with this figure of resentment. Because Limonov is a figure of resentment, and all resentment normally kind of all kinds of resentment lead to the war. So, war person, war figure, and at the same moment a poet, at the same moment a very gifted author. At the same moment, it's like adaptation of the well-known French novel made by a Russian director with the help of Italian producers in English. So it's like quite a crazy project and adventure.
And finally, you've often been a proponent of LGBTQ plus themes and rights. Do you feel like we're almost doing one step forward, two steps back? It feels like in lots of parts of the world, the people aren't free to be who they want to be. And even in cinema, Luca Guadagnino's film Queer not being able to be shown everywhere. So what are your thoughts on that in terms of the cinematic landscape?
Look, I think it's not a problem today in the West world. It's not like it's problem in Moscow when all the LGBT people are kind of under terrible ban, and then they have no rights to be the kind of to live open life. And here it's more or less possible. Here in the Western world, I'm not saying about the people where LGBT is strictly prohibited. We're here to fight for the right of all the people, and to remind that all people have the same life, the same right to live, to be happy, to express themselves, to live their lives without suffering, without being oppressed by the state, by the government. So it's quite important. Limonov is not an LGBT character at all. There is an LGBT scene, let's say. There is a gay scene. It's part of the book, it's part of this, of the story of the character. But look, it's a scene, it's a reason why this film never been shown in Russia.
Thank you so much for
Thank you so
sharing that
much.
with me. Really enjoy doing your
thank
masterclass
you.
and the rest of the time here in
Thank you
Marrakech.
so
Lovely
much.
to chat to you. Thank you.